You're tuned in to the Money Mama podcast. Thank you so much for joining as we chat everything from motherhood, entrepreneurship, health, wealth, and happiness. We'll have guest speakers joining on a variety of topics, and although I'm not the expert, you've come to the right place for a real talk perspective from a mompreneur. Enjoy the adult conversation, mamas. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on the Money Mama podcast. I really appreciate your support. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited to get things going with our very first podcast of the year 2023, baby. It's time to finally get that bag. Time is overdue for you to reach your goals, be it financially, time freedom, emotionally, spiritually, whatever you are after. 2023 is your year. I know I'm feeling this way, certainly, and I'm excited to spread some of that positivity and energy your way. I really, truly appreciate you guys being here. I have a variety of topics lined up. I have a variety of guest speakers lined up, covering topics mostly related to entrepreneurship and motherhood and the intersection between the two. And then tapping a little bit into the idea of goal setting and manifestation and how that can intersect with God. Yes, I am a believer. I lead with my faith. And I mean, we're going to touch on some controversial ideas. Who the hell am I? My name is Steph. I am the Money Mama, and I am a female entrepreneur. I do have two kitties under two right now. My daughter is 16 months old as we speak. Oh my gosh, she's 17 months old now, actually, as we speak. And my son is 4 months old. So I'm really getting a wake-up call in terms of what it's like to be a mom with all the demands and run a business. I absolutely love what I do. I run an online product brokerage and I focus on helping people improve their health, wealth, beauty, skin, you name it, really. I'm kind of the plug, the money mama, as you will. So I'm really excited to share with you through this podcast a little bit of what I believe and some things that have helped me along my entrepreneurial journey. I'm really passionate about effective goal setting, effective time management, effective organizational skills. And then I'm also going to tap into the motherhood side of things. Baby sleep, for sure, is a huge category that a lot of moms have been asking advice to me on. Also, baby sleep goes hand in hand with baby nutrition. That's a topic I'm also very passionate about, especially now that my daughter eats all the things, guys, all the things. So I'm excited to share about that. I'm excited to share a little bit about my journey through potentially homeschooling my daughter. That's a whole debate that hubby and I are going through right now, trying to figure out if we want to prioritize homeschooling over public education or even private education. So there's lots of topics I'll be covering, lots of guest speakers that will be joining me, and I'm focusing on entrepreneurship as a woman and motherhood. I am not an expert at motherhood. I am a mother that has lost a child. I am a mother that is raising two young children, and I do not by any means claim to know everything there is to know about motherhood. I am going with the flow and sharing my journey with you. I hope that nothing I say hits a nerve. That is not my intention here. But my intention is to create some thought-provoking conversation, have some adult conversation, right? Like get into some adult conversation. I don't know about you, but as a mother, sometimes, especially with young kids, it feels like baby talk constantly. And I try not to baby talk all the time, but just in the sense of you're simplifying things as you talk, right? Because you're in the process of teaching. Our children are sponges right now. So sometimes it's just nice to have a break in your day where you can talk like an adult and think like an adult for a moment. There might be some, touchy topics, but I'm just here to give it to you on the real. I'm here coming at you with respect. I always respect anyone's feedback, opinions. I'm excited to get an engaging discussion going. And I would love to hear from you as you get to know me a little bit better. What do you want to hear about from me? Do you want to learn about the recipes I tap into that are my go-tos throughout the week for the kiddies? Do you want to hear about how I manage to sleep train both my children and I have this designated time at the end of my night to enjoy for myself, and my partner and I are committed to making time for one another and we get to maintain a healthy relationship? That's a big one for a lot of moms. Or how I'm homeschooling or on the fence considering homeschooling for my daughter, and why I think that might be a more valuable option than sending her to public or even private school. I'm just excited to tackle it all. Anything motherhood, anything entrepreneurial, anything goal oriented. Let's get it. It's 2023. It is time to level up. And I am just so excited to share that journey with you guys. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I am so excited. There are so many people that have been telling me I should be doing this. I was made for this. When I speak, people listen. They want to hear what I have to say. And to be honest, I'm like, what? Y'all want to listen to me? It's pretty humbling and I'm grateful. So I hope that as you listen, be it that your first time or if you interact with me on the regular, I really hope that you gain value in what I have to say as well, and that we can stimulate that thought-provoking conversation as I mentioned earlier. So tonight, let's get into it. Tonight, I want to talk to you about goal setting, and things that I've picked up that have really helped me achieve some of my goals in my life, and things that have prevented me from achieving my goals, especially from the perspective of being a busy mom. I want to give you that angle as well. And running my own business, I'll give you that angle. But most importantly, if you're here listening and you can't relate to being a mom or running your own business at the moment, just know there's an effective way to set goals that will help you achieve them. Because a lot of people have a tendency at the end of the year, they're like, oh, I didn't reach my goals, or I didn't follow my resolutions, or I'm not where I said or where I wanted to be at the end of this year. So it's the first week of the year. The first week of the year just passed. It is time to be effective and intentional when we set our goals. So, the first thing I want you to think about when we talk about goal setting is that we want to focus on particular areas of our lives that we are seeking improvement in. We want to hone in and prioritize what's most important to me for this year. Most people, if they even set goals, they only do that, right? They just do the first step of saying, okay, financially, I need to make more money. And they don't get specific enough. So I'm going to give you some quick tips and then stay tuned to the end because I have a freebie to offer you that can help you out with this process if goal setting is valuable to you. But let's get into it. So typically there's a few topics that people enjoy setting goals in or have aspirations in. So we, of course, have health and well-being, career or business, finances, relationships, spirituality, community, creativity, personal development. So these are just some topics. I gave you 8 topics there that come to mind that you may want to consider setting some goals for this year. And so the first thing you want to think about is, what is your year one outcome? What do you want to see on December 31st, 2023? What do you want to have accomplished within that topic? Once you establish that base, get specific, break it down specifically as you can get, And then dig a little deeper and connect it to the senses. And there's a reason we do this, or I'm recommending you do this, because goal setting, in order to actually see yourself achieving that goal, you have to make that vision of that accomplishment as crystal clear as possible. So we want to ask ourselves, what do I hear when I achieve that goal? What do I see? Maybe I see the dollar amount I'm looking for in my bank account. Maybe I hear my hubby calling me up being like, babe, where did this $50,000 come from, or $500,000 come from? Whatever it is, you want to take a moment to reflect and say, okay, what am I seeing? What am I hearing now that I am in that place having accomplished that goal? And most importantly, out of this, tapping into the senses, you want to ask yourself, what do you feel? Now, the feeling is important because what you're really chasing when you set a goal is not the goal itself. It's the feeling you're going to experience when you reach that goal, or the perception of the feeling you're going to experience. This is why people always say all the time, you'll be happy when you reach your goal, right? And typically people aren't ever happy once they reach their goal, to be honest. Even if they reach their goal, they may be happy, but that happiness is fleeting because then they have another goal. And that's normal. That's human nature. We shouldn't allow that to diminish our moment of happiness and appreciation once we accomplish it. We should let it fuel us to get more happiness and abundance in our life. The key is to be able to live in the now in each given moment that we have on this earth, appreciating every breath we take, appreciating every accomplishment we reach. I think a lot of people need to hear that mindset shift, if you will, because there's a lot of people that walk through this earth, unfortunately, that when life throws them a challenge, they soak in it for the whole year. I used to be one of those people, truly. That mindset of like, when it rains, it pours. But the reality I've learned is that when something good happens to you, you got to tap into it. You got to soak it up, because then you invite more abundance and positivity into your life. You have to have gratitude for what you already have in order to receive more. And if we think from a position of faith, whether you believe in God or not, my belief anyway, is that when you say, Lord, thank you for what you've bestowed upon me, that's when He provides more. If you're not going to appreciate what you have right in front of you, the roof over your head, the food that you ate today, the clothes on your back, how deserving are you of more, truly? Because guess what, guys? There's people that don't have those things. So I know I'm going on a little tangent from the goal setting perspective for a second, but I just want to put it out there. A lot of you don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. And as we unfold through this podcast, I'm here to be raw with you and direct with you and give you a little piece of me that you might not have known about. But my driving factor and the biggest thing that has created a paradigm shift in my life and the way that I think and my ability to become successful and happy and fulfilled in life, the driving factor was a terrible experience that I went through. I lost my daughter, my firstborn daughter, to a very rare heart complication, and I was waiting for a heart transplant for her in one of the world's best children's hospitals. So I was praying for another child to die so that mine could live. Imagine that. Imagine praying for someone else's kid to die so that yours could live. How selfish, right? But I also remember my best friend at the time saying to me when we heard a helicopter was arriving with an organ and another family got that organ. I'll never forget it. She looked at me and she said, with tears in her eyes, she's like, is it so terrible that I wish that organ was for your daughter? Like, your daughter deserves it more than anyone else. And I remember having a moment of reflection when she said that to me, how much I love her, first of all. Like, What an amazing friend that her heart was so big for me and for my daughter and for my personal experience as she saw me struggle. Her heart was so big that all she wanted to do was care for me. Like, how beautiful is that to have in a friendship? You got to think, if you want more good to come out of this world, you have to be grateful for the goodness that surrounds you. You have to be grateful for what you have and not focus on the lack. There were a lot of people through that experience that asked me, how did you do it? It must have been so hard. And the number one thing I say to people is like, what other choice did I have? To give up on my daughter? And there's no judgment here if anyone, was in that position. It's the most excruciating conversation to have with a doctor sitting down asking you to let go of your child. I can't even for a moment judge anyone that lets them go, and I can't judge anyone that keeps pushing through. I have no judgment either way. But for me, in my heart, I did eventually let go, actually, at the end. I prayed on it in that given moment, and I told the doctors to stop in their attempt to resuscitate her. That was the most heartbreaking, but also most liberating moment of my life, because in that moment, I knew that what I was doing was right. In that moment, I knew she had lived out her purpose here on earth, and her time was ending for a reason. And I felt a weight shift in my life. And unfortunately, after that, I met many other mothers in particular that I'm still friends with to this day that lost their children. Lost their children while they were at work. So I didn't intend for this podcast to go this direction, to be honest, but it hits hard because it's the foundation of why I do what I do now, why I'm sitting here on this podcast, why I'm finally finishing my book. Stay tuned for that. It is the foundation, was a key pivotal moment in my life that was a result of an accumulation of terrible, traumatic experiences. But guess what I choose to focus on? The first time my daughter looked out the window. Yes, that was a milestone for us. That's what I focus on. That's what I reflect on. The first time I saw her smile. The first time we took out her feeding tube, which only stayed out for a couple hours of her entire life. I focus on the good because if I didn't, I wouldn't be here today. And I'm here to share with you guys that everyone has their experiences in life. There's no measurement or judgment against like, oh, you've gone through so much more than me. No, listen, your experience is your experience. And if it's heavy on your heart, it's heavy on your heart. There's no judgment for one person's grief or experience or trauma versus another. It's all about perspective and how you take it on. And everyone has a story. We need to lead with compassion and love and appreciation and respect for one another. And we need to flip and teach our children to lead with the same. My intention here isn't to give you this heavy burden on your shoulders to soak in and take it and run with it. My intention is to give you something, a perspective shift for your day, and just evaluate, like maybe something really pissed you off today. I get it. But like in this moment, in the now, what do you have to be grateful for? Because I'm telling you, there's some moments I still question why is she gone? Why? The why, right? Our goal on this earth is not always to understand the why. Our goal on this earth is to show the how. What do I mean by that? I mean that our goal is not to understand every intricacy, and it's human nature. We want to understand things. We want to categorize things. We want to make sense of things. That's natural as a human. But oftentimes, many humans get caught up in that. Our goal should be, in my opinion anyway, to focus on the how. How are we impacting others? How are we shifting our perspective to find the good in the bad? Because if we don't find the good in the bad, then what the hell are we doing here? And I mean, that's the grand question that nobody can clearly answer, right? I don't want to spend the rest of my life being sad, because I lost. And look at how much I have to be grateful for now. I now have two healthy, thriving children. I have an abundance of friends that surround me and support me. My family is supportive, even if we don't always get along. I have the love of my life that is my partner in crime, not in crime, but my partner and really my core. He's my beating heart. And I couldn't be more grateful to have gone through all the relationships. Yes, the stressful, the cheating, the judgmental, abusive relationships I've been through. And yes, the great relationships I've been through, all of them, all of those experiences have accumulated to the person I am now. And we can only take responsibility for our current situation as our own doing. Because guess what? One person can get cut off in traffic and give the driver the middle finger. Same exact thing could happen to someone else, and they could wave them off and say, "No problem, man. Enjoy your day." Guess who's going to live a healthier, happier life in that moment? I'm pretty sure you know, right? Why are we letting shit phase us? That's what I want to know. I think that society is so damn sensitive right now. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm calling it out, okay? Everyone is so damn sensitive. Just take a step back. Try to lead with compassion. And if something doesn't make sense to you, just take a breath and understand you don't need to know and make sense of everything. Trust me, you will be way less stressed in life and live a more fulfilling life and attract only those positive, good vibe people into your life to surround you and lift your spirits every day if you focus on the abundance and what you have to be grateful for than if you focus on all the people that pissed you off or all the things that you have to do. No, you get to do it. Take gratitude in everyday things. So I tend to go on tangents. That's something you'll learn about me during this podcast. I hope you find it valuable, the messages that I share throughout, because I'm just going off the cuff. So we're going to get back into goal smashing, goal setting for 2023 in a second and come in for a landing here. I'm going to give you some more tips that are really going to help shift your perspective, shift the way you look at goal setting, and really get it this year. Let's get it this year. I want to let you know that you are worthy and that you can achieve it. Whatever you're dreaming of, whatever your goals are, you got this. And if you need a friend to support you along the way and you don't have the support you're looking for, there's a reason for it, but I got you. So yes, let's get back into it. What resources do you need to achieve this goal? So this is where people, okay, so we broke it down. What's our year one outcome in our category we're looking at? Then we say, what do I see, hear, and feel once I've accomplished that goal? Then what resources do I need to achieve that goal? What type of person do I need to become to be a millionaire? Because it's not about just doing the actionable steps toward that goal. Like, yes, the actionable steps are necessary, but it's also about becoming the type of person that reaches that goal. So ask yourself, who do I know that has reached this goal? Or who can I see that has reached this goal? And what did they do to reach that goal? What type of person are they? What type of habits did they implement daily? Because the only way you're going to reach a goal is to become the type of person that reaches that goal. And most people don't want to do the work. And it could be something as simple as implementing a habit, a daily habit of working out, for example. Like, you can't work out for 3 days and expect to reach the goal of losing 100 pounds by the end of the year. I'm sorry. I love you. I want you to lose weight. I'm proud of you for working out for 3 days in a row. That's amazing. Keep going. You're not going to become the person you want to be by the end of the year unless you're consistent. So think about the little daily habits or the resources that that person had access to. Maybe it's a mentor. Maybe you want to tap into my business team and have the leverage of a great accountability circle with you and positive energy flowing your way because you don't have that in your life. Whatever resources you believe you need. Maybe you need to read more. Maybe you need to study, whatever it is. Think about that and write it out. What do I need to achieve this goal? I need a supplementary income resource, whatever it is. I don't know. I'm just putting random examples out there. It could be anything. If you're looking at improving your relationships or your friendships, maybe you need some personal development in the area of communication. Maybe you need feedback from your friends. You just got to take a second to reflect on that and decide what you need and commit to getting it. Then once you do that, I'm going to unpack packing it all together. So this is to create what we call a goal statement. This is really what you should be reading daily to achieve your goals, to keep you focused on your goals in your day-to-day life. And there's a lot more to this. It's a lot of fun once you get into it because then you have a blueprint of how you're going to do it and your mind can connect with it and believe it so that you can actually reach it. Because sometimes we write out goals and we're like, I'd really love this, but I don't know how I'm going to get it. And then you throw your hands up and you give up. So allows us to make sense of it in a logical way so our brain can understand and accept it. So let's put it all together. You're going to set a specific date that you want to have achieved this goal. This is important because your subconscious mind won't go to work for you in your consciousness to achieve that goal unless it has a target. It's like shooting at the deer with no target. You're just shooting around, like let's say you're going hunting for deer and you're just shooting into the woods randomly. Like, yeah, you're there, you're doing the work, you're shooting, you filled up oh my gosh, the magazine, right? Like you're filling up the gun with the bullets to shoot. Maybe you polished your gun, you bought the gun, you did all the actionable steps you had to do. You got the gear, the camouflage gear. I'm just imagining myself in the middle of the, I don't know, forest. I don't hunt, clearly. But like you did all the things, right? To get ready for the goal of getting a deer to bring home for dinner. You did all the things, actionable steps. But you have no deer. And you're just shooting aimlessly all around, like just around the forest randomly. How likely is it that you're going to bring home deer? You might. You might be lucky and hit a deer, but do you really want you accomplishing your goal to be based on luck? I don't want it to be based on luck. I want it to be based on surety and clarity of when and how I'm going to achieve that goal. That doesn't mean you need to understand everything of how, but have an idea of the type of person you need to be and the type of habits you need to implement to be someone that would achieve that goal. And trust me, you'll attract the circumstances into your life that will allow you to get there. That's just been my experience anyway. So yes, have a date. It's important. Then you're going to clump it all together into a tangible, clear, and concise vision in a goal statement, sharing exactly what you want. So much so that you read it, it could bring tears to your eyes. Like it could really fulfill you on a spiritual level that is just like, I gotta get this. So you're going to say, it is now with the date, and I have achieved your year outcome. I know this. I know I have achieved this because I see this. I hear this. I feel this. And I have achieved this. I have achieved this because of this, this, and this resources. Because I worked out every day, because I had an accountability partner. What are those resources that we're tapping into to become the type of person you need to reach that goal? So yes, as you can tell, I'm passionate about goal setting. There's a lot more to it. Let's tap into a quick advertisement here, guys. Quick advertisement that I think is valuable, a product or service that I personally think is valuable that could assist you in your mompreneur life as a mother, as a parent, as an entrepreneur. So today, our advertisement are these daily essential vitamins, isotonics daily essential vitamins. I absolutely love these personally. I actually personally take these every day. I've noticed a complete transformation in my overall health, especially if you're someone that needs a good boost of energy daily. You need sustainable energy for the day. Maybe you work long hours or shift work, or maybe just in general, you're finding yourself groggy. People don't understand supplements are critical to your overall health. You can't get all the nutrients you need from your food alone anymore. I'm telling you guys, it's difficult to get all the nutrients you need from your food alone. So supplementation is cool, it's important. Just think of it as filling the gaps in the missing nutrition and vitamins that you're not getting from your food. What I love about Daily Essentials is it's literally that, daily essentials. So there's nothing more important than taking care of yourself on a daily basis. And with the Isotonics Daily Essentials packets, you can be sure that you're giving your body the essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients it needs, thanks to 4 essential ingredients. OPC3 is a powerful antioxidant supplement. Multivitamin gets your total nutrition. B complex boosts your B vitamins. And Calcium Plus is essential for maintaining strong bones and healthy teeth. Get your daily essentials today. You can check out the link on Instagram. You can follow me at money.mama.88 and check the link in my bio to this amazing product. And if you want to save 10% only for you, you can use the code 10OFFMA will give you 10% off of those amazing nutraceutical supplements. So that's our quick ad for today. Follow me at money.mama.88. That's MONEY.MAMA.88 on Instagram. And you can check out the link in my bio for today's special product feature. All right, now we're going to get back in to goal setting and coming for a landing. So I just want to let you know there's a freebie I'm giving away here. There's more to it because the next step is really to chunk it down and to get tangible, actionable steps set out to do this week, within a month, within 3 months, within 6 months, within 9 months, and total within the year. You got to break it down so again your brain can accept it. So I do have a strategy and an amazing workbook that I created just to help guide you through this that is absolutely free. That's the freebie I'm giving away this month. So again, if you follow me and you check out the link in my bio, there's also a link there specifically for your free copy of my goal smashing workbook. And that will help you to set effective goals early in this year so that by the end of this year when we're chatting, you're able to articulate, hey, money mama, I reached that goal. Let's go to the bank. I love it. So that is the freebie of the month. Enjoy it. And now, real quick, I'm just going to share the Money Minute of the day. Money Minute of the day is just a moment of clarity you had as a mama. And I'm saying you because I'm anticipating guest speakers on gradually throughout this podcast process. So it could be our guest speaker sharing. I will share my personal Money Minute of the day. Today I had a minute of so much gratitude because my man, if y'all don't know, he was like a super genius when he was a kid. He was born a genius, essentially. So he also has high expectations. I'm pretty smart if I do say so myself, but my daughter is developing, I thought, at a fast pace. Everybody's kids progress at a different rate. Please stop having judgment towards one another. If your child didn't roll over at 4 to 6 months or whatever it's set, it's okay. If your child has a learning challenge, it's okay. Yes, does it create another layer of experience for you and challenge for you to overcome? Of course it does. I'm not denying that. But just ease into it and understand that being a parent is hard and take advantage of any moment that someone sings your praises. So my money minute today in particular was when my girl messaged me. I posted an Instagram video of my daughter doing her little puzzle. And I've been progressively posting her doing different learning activities. This friend of mine messages me and she says, wow, she's so advanced. I love it. I can't effing believe. Lit up my spirit in my soul for me. That was my money minute. Just a minute in my day where I said, damn, I am grateful to be a mama. And so, yeah, that was my money minute of the day. What was yours? Share it with me. I'd love to hear what your money minute of the day was. So, yeah, thank you so much for being here, getting 2023 started for my very first of many podcasts. This is Steph, the Money Mama, signing out. Please don't forget to follow and like money.mama.88. Please check out the freebie I offered. And if you have a topic that you want to cover, feel free to get connected with me as well in the link in my bio. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great day. Stay blessed and always leaving you with love and light.